Warning: mature content. The following stream contains content that may not be suitable for all audiences, including mature themes, strong language, and potentially sensitive material. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, J-Bone Nation! Shaming of Jay. He's not a dopey dumb bitch. He gets laid. The court jester, the court DJ. It's time to dive into the case. To the case.
What's up, everybody? Hopefully this is not a freaking huge break here, but I have the cord up, Squadushel over here, as we wait for them to come back. Looks like no closings today. If you missed the morning session, sounds like one more witness, and then they told the jury they're breaking for the day, so I don't think we're getting closings today. What's up? Oh, QB Designs. I read your super nice comment before. Hope you're doing okay, and thank you so much for that really nice comment. I read it in my morning stream, the Adelson one. What's up, Brooklyn? Spitfire, Sheila, Spiteful, Blair, Mia, I said Sheila, Pammy, Mia, Travis, Debbie, Crime and Wine, and Nicole, two Anns, and Piccolo, Amy from Jersey, Karen, Pammy, Mia, Coach, Couch. God, I keep saying Coach. Couch Juror, my mom. Oh, Chrissa Randolph, if you're still here, welcome to the Bows. Thank you. I'm ready for the verdict too, Kay. What's up, Kay? Stephanie Miller, Carly Joey, Julie, you haven't missed anything. Kim, Hello Spring, Jennifer Adams. I think I got everyone. Angie, Stu the Limey, Deja. I think I got everyone. I don't know. Should be back any second. Oh, I'm not on live. What am I doing? All right, I'm on live. Jonathan Borden. What's up, Jonathan? Good to see you. Lady Bird. What's up? Lily Flores, Frogazon. So the state called a detective. Then Telus did his fucking direct. He was back on talking about bullshit again. They questioned him on it. The state called another detective. And then some cell phone guy. And there's one more witness. And then there's Carissa. Capri Sun's in the chat for Carissa, who became a beau. Chris, enjoy your new emojis. Hey Ashley. I don't think I did, Mia. I could be wrong. Just waiting for the jury to come back. I gotta say, I kind of like the little seal there. What we got? A little house with a smokestack. It looks like. I mean, I'm sure that's not what it is, but this looks like swings at a playground, but I don't think that's what it is. Debbie Schultz. Hello, Helen. Good morning. Helen's in the future, everyone. Helen B is in the future. Everyone say hi to Helen B, who is in the future in Australia. What's up, Kai? Debbie says, I think this guy looks like one of the aliens from Mars Attacks. I can see that. The future is rosy, folks. The future is rosy. It's a Compass Realty ad on the seal. All part of the conspiracy. Oh, the Hoover Dam's on there? Where's the Hoover Dam? Oh, is that what that is? I gotcha. I guess that would make sense. They have not started yet. Rosemary says, hey, Jay, they are waiting for the final witness to arrive. Where the hell is this witness? No, Taryn, they haven't started yet. Who is this witness and where the fuck are they? How long are you sitting here waiting for this fucking jabroni? I should have waited to start this fucking thing. I'm going to sit here like a jagaloon. Penny's in here, thinks it's time for a snack. It's not time. Just fed her. The witness was flying in? I'm going to sit here for an hour? Flying in? When's their flight land? I can't sit here. I'm not Bob. I can't talk for 10 hours. I can't do that. I don't have his ability to do that. What's up, Amy? Oh, he was on the one on the stand earlier. Oh, that makes me feel better then. Get his ass over here. Both these dogs are begging right now because they think it's time for their snack, and it certainly is not time for that. Look at these two. Yeah, I see you, Penny. It's not time. You got at least a half hour. They're going to be pains in my asses for a half hour until they get their little snack, and it's not time. It's not time, Tubbs. You got to wait. You got to wait. It's not time. Now they're going to be such pains in the asses, I'm telling you. Come here. Come here. Come. Sit down. Okay. All right. You got to wait. You got to wait. It's not time. You just had dinner. You just had dinner. You just had it. You just had it. They are mutts. I'm not sure what breed they are. Yeah, Prudence, Prudence makes noises like she's frustrated. And Penny, she just will, you can see her, she just will wag her little tail. Right, Penny? They both want snacky snacks. It's not time. If it was up to them, I would give them their after dinner snack before dinner. It's not time, friends. Bye, Penny. She'll be back. She'll be back. Dear Prudence, yep, that's what her name is from. There she is. Hello, Penny. It's not time. It's not time, Penny. Yes. It's going to be weird when I go back to like days at the office that are full days and not having them the entire day. That's going to be really weird. Since I've had them, I've always been home pretty much all day, every day. Nothing back, Shiraz. Nothing yet. Waiting for a witness, apparently. You're good. Everyone's good. Penny Lane, favorite. Nice. It's a good one. They are not litter mates. We got them 6 months apart from different rescues. Prudence was from South or North Carolina. She was abused. She is very anxious and nervous all the time. Penny is not nervous or scared of anything. We got her from a different rescue. I forget where she was from. But Prudence has gotten much better since we've had her for 2+ years now, I guess. Thank you, Joni. Thanks, Pepper Pot. I hope so. Thanks, Rosemary. We are just waiting for court to come back here, folks. Waiting for court to come back. I should have probably just waited to go live. I would have another dog, but Babe will not let me get another dog. Probably rightfully so. It's a lot of work. But we're going to get another one probably when Ethan goes to college, but some high quality H2O with my Shake Shack free bottle I got because I'm a hashtag influencer.
Does the state stipulate to the presence of the panel? And the
Here we
defense?
go.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we can bring the witness back in.
This is live.
Okay, Detective, you understand you are still under oath?
I do.
Okay, thank you. You can have a seat. If you'll just state and spell your name for the record.
Once again, first name is Matthew, Mattthew. Last name Hovanes, Hovanec.
Thank you.
Wait a second, motherfucker. We've been waiting on you, you piece of shit. You've been here this whole time.
If I may, Coach.
You may.
Is this just
showing you it's been admitted as defense exhibit L3,
Yes.
showing you it's been marked as defense proposed exhibit 03, O3, I'm sorry.
Or is there
It's been
another
marked
witness?
for admittance on Q3 as well as R3. And this time we can move for admittance of these. Objection.
Okay, they're all related.
Just have a couple questions for you.
Yes.
In reference to Exhibit 03, you can see that this, on page 1, that this is an extraction report from a virtual image produced by you. I mean, you're a forensics examiner, correct? In this, and you testified previously in this case.
Not sure what you're referring to as virtual image.
The photographs. We recall the photographs.
Oh, I
concerning
might be
Popeyes.
looking. You said 03?
Let me ask you this. I'll just back up. This is a report generated from the Dell Optiplex.
These are two reports here that were generated from data that I extracted from the Dell Optiplex, yes.
You can see that it was logged into with a personal Gmail account, correct? That'd be page 4. rrtellis@gmail.com.
There has been a Chrome login with that email address, yes.
This was the same account used on the Android phone that you had given testimony to or concerning previously.
If I had that extraction, I could verify that, but I don't have any reason to not believe you.
Okay, and that's consistent with your prior testimony concerning the cell phone.
Okay.
Is it fair to say that that means that anybody, and we have a work computer and then we have the cell phone. Is it fair to say that this means that anyone in or out of the public administrator's office with access to this computer could also access the same Google account that the phone was syncing to?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
I mean, they're synced. And if a person, obviously, the Google account that the cell phone had access to, it was accessed also from the work computer, or able to, the one that was recovered from the public administrator's office.
I have nothing in this report to show me his phone was synced. I just have an artifact here showing me a Chrome login using a specific email address.
Okay. And if I told you that's the same login address that was used from the cell phone, would you have any reason to disagree with that?
No.
And again, not claiming, you were asked previously about hacker information, but if you have this access from the public administrator's office, from the desktop accessing the Google account that the cell phone had access to, it's fair to say that one could access that Google account from either location, from the cell phone or the desktop that was at the public administrator's office.
It would be possible to log into the account from both locations.
If I could turn your attention to Q3. You recall that line of questioning previously in the previous day that you had testified concerning all the images?
I do.
The alleged surveillance images.
Yes.
This shows, and if I represented you, this was the last snapshot being taken. It was on 8/15/2022 at 10:32:48 a.m.
That is what it's showing as a modified time. That's not necessarily the time the picture was taken.
Okay. Do you have any information concerning what the last access, and the last access doesn't necessarily mean that it was changed in any way, but that's what we, based upon your testimony previously, that's about the time that this was taken or it was accessed.
So on here, it has a modified timestamp. That's the last time that the phone interacted with that photo. It really doesn't have anything to do necessarily with when that photo was taken.
Okay. If I could turn your attention to what's been admitted, R3. If you could turn to page 18. Here we have there's a record of time of somebody accessing the Ariana Payne's employment probation completion. Do you see that?
I do.
And you see that time being accessed at 10:44:29 a.m.?
I do.
Presumably that was from the desktop from the public administrator's office as well as the time that was accessed, correct?
That appears correct.
And if we could go to page 11. See that? You can see that as you can see, the first access is at 10:43:13 a.m., correct?
First visited date, time, yes.
In reference to the questions concerning deleted images, I may approach.
Thanks, Debbie.
You were asked questions concerning the Celebrite extraction of the subject cell phone, the one belonging to Mr. Tellis. Do you recall that?
Yes.
again, during the break, you didn't examine the actual cell phone, correct?
No.
You had been provided a photograph. It was a picture taken. It was up from the Celebrite webpage, and it discussed deletion, correct?
Correct.
Would that deletion necessarily concern the content, or would that deletion concern the metadata, or both?
It could vary. Could be both.
So the metadata is basically the data concerning the data on the phone. Is that a fair?
It's data about data. Yes.
And in reference to this exhibit, it was the timeline extraction, correct?
Correct.
And if you could please explain to the jury what a timeline extraction is versus an SMS or a text message extraction.
So a timeline extraction basically takes all the artifacts that were parsed out by Celebrite and just puts them in a chronological order by date and time.
And you're obviously able to access various information through this timeline extraction.
I'm not sure what you're asking there.
This timeline extraction, it contains more information, different information than, let's say, the Teams or SMS extraction. Fair to say?
Not necessarily. The timeline is just putting everything into order by date and time.
And there is an extra column on this timeline extraction contained within this exhibit L3, where on the right, and you did see this, correct?
Yes.
It says deleted, and it says yes, correct?
I would have to see that again.
Absolutely.
That is correct.
Hey, Susan, good to see you.
So here in this right column, and it's, you can see, everybody see that?
Oh my God, who
deleted,
the
and it
hell
says
cares?
yes, correct?
Yes.
And there were a number of questions made yesterday concerning a message that was sent to Mr. Tellis's phone. Message being 103602. And there was questions posed to Mr. Tellis concerning having deleted that text message. All right?
Okay.
I'm just telling you what testimony was today. Based upon this timeline extraction, where when a matter is deleted, it says yes. Here, we don't have the red letter stating deleted yes, correct?
Correct.
KTG, Gary
Same
says
thing
hi.
as to 3, the instant messages, deleted, we don't have yes, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Hannigan?
Just want to cover quick topics. Publishing and through defense N3. You remember those questions on cross-examination? You were shown this property report and you were asked if you had searched for recipes in any of these devices. Do you remember that?
I remember being asked questions about the other devices, yes.
Okay, so if you could, sir, do you see where it says remarks here?
Yes.
No, I
Can
don't
you
know
read
what
that
Taryn's
sentence
problem
for me?
is, Gary.
Item 1 was taken from Lee Kinnett's cubicle. Items 2 through 6 were taken from Tellis's office.
Okay, so these were objects. You didn't search for the term recipe or fried rice in relation to digital devices removed physically out of the public administrator's office.
I've done no searches on the other devices.
So like you didn't go through desktop computers to look for recipes.
No.
Okay, but all of that stuff came physically out of the PA's office.
Yes.
It didn't come out of Mr. Tellis's home.
No.
Do you remember there being some question about whether if you have a login that connects to an email, that somehow that links a phone to a computer, something along with, do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Just to be clear, you said that that's not what that necessarily means, correct? That's not what that stands for.
That's correct.
Okay. And just to be clear, there are apps or softwares or programs that sometimes require an email address as your username, right?
That's correct.
It doesn't necessarily mean that the data will show up on another device. It just means if you want to access that particular website, you could, you type in your email and then maybe a password or something like that.
Correct.
Okay, and on those documents, it appears Mr. Tellis's Gmail account is maybe the username.
It does.
There was questions about, I think there was one of those street surveillance images. There was a report on that.
Yes.
Okay. Just so we're clear, you on direct and I think on cross talked a little bit about the difference between when the report says modified versus created, right? You've
Yes.
had discussions with this jury about that. What is the difference if you see in an extraction report where an image is created versus modified? What's the difference?
So when the image actually has a full complement of metadata, you might get something like the created time when that picture was actually taken, when it was created. In this instance, with the modified time, that's the last time that that phone interacted with that file for whatever reason.
And I think we had a lot of discussions about the pathway of a lot of these images being located in what? A cache file, is that right?
Cache files, yes.
What exactly, again, is a cache file?
The cache file is just storing data about these files in order to help the phone speed up processes later on.
So you could, in theory, create a photo, delete that photo that would have had the creation metadata, but if the image was stored in a cache file, that image would just still stay in there, correct?
It would.
Okay, and so when we're seeing modified, you said that's the last time your phone is interacting with the image in the cache, right?
Yes.
And again, the phone has this cache file because it does what? Does it shrink sometimes images down so they're easier to send or things like that?
It can change the size of them just to make it easier to recall that image later.
Okay, but that's the significance of modified, right?
Yes.
There were some questions again about the where are you message. Do you remember being asked that on cross?
Yes.
Just to be clear, you can't speak to definitively if it's been deleted or not. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
And just to be clear, I'm going to publish L3, defense L3. In some instances, when there's this column here that says deleted, some instances Cellebrite can actually capture when a user deletes an image, correct?
Delete some message in this case, yes.
And that's kind of what records that, correct?
Yes.
But there are instances where things are removed from a phone and it won't pop up in that column. Is that right?
Correct.
And I think you even had the little printout from Cellebrite that explains that as well, correct?
Correct.
There were some questions about the distinction between timeline and Teams messages or SMS messages. Do you remember that?
I do.
Just to be clear, if a phone contained SMS messages, and maybe you know what Microsoft Teams is?
I do.
Okay, let's just say for a second, a phone carried Microsoft Teams messages rather than, let's say, a desktop. Well, let's say the phone has Microsoft Teams message, SMS message, maybe multimedia message. If all of those categories were in a phone, and you went to the timeline, if it had timestamps on those messages in all those categories, would timeline just simply put it all in chron order?
It would.
Does timeline in any way manipulate or change the data that's in the phone?
No.
It just puts it in chronological order.
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Yes.
Mr. Jesse?
No.
Yes, just so we're clear then, in reference to the images, and there has been testimony elicited concerning these images and your Popeyes, based upon your testimony, we can't say when those photographs were taken.
I cannot.
So then to say that they were taken in August, we can't really say that, can we?
I cannot.
So if there was a line of questioning elicited from witnesses yesterday that they were taken August 15th, we can't say that, can we?
I cannot.
Good job. Sit down, please. Please. Please.
In reference to the messages, and there's been questions asked previously concerning deleted or not, that perhaps Mr. Tellis had deleted this message from a family member on the morning of September 2nd. We can't say then, based upon your review of the data, if they in fact, that question or that email had been, or text had been deleted, correct?
No, I cannot say that.
So it would be wrong to then assume that it had been deleted since we don't know.
On my end, yes.
And finally, I was asking if we could get, I have the things, but I'm not sure where it is. If we can search it. There were multiple devices seized from Mr. Tellis's home, correct? Electronic devices.
You said from his home?
Yes.
Correct.
We had a Lenovo laptop, model 80SA.
Lenovo.
If it's on the property report, yes.
We have a Dell laptop,
Sounds there were quite a few items seized.
and there were quite a few electronic items seized, correct?
Yes.
There was this Toshiba disk drive, card adapter, but we have at least 2 laptops, correct?
You say it's correct off the property sheet, yes.
Did you search those to look for the rice recipes or chicken and rice recipes concerning the questions that you were asked before?
I have not searched any other devices, no.
You did not.
I did not.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Yes.
Anything else from the state?
No. Don't you fucking dare.
One
Son of a bitch.
Something you mentioned. He said, remember that question, it'd be wrong to assume that like the where are you message was deleted, right, by Mr. Tellis. Do you remember something
I
along
do.
those lines? But just to be clear, even though you can't definitively say it, you can't rule it out as a possibility, correct? It's possible a user could have deleted the message.
That is correct. I can't say one way or the other.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
But then to argue that it has been deleted, that would also be incorrect, correct?
Again, I can't say one way.
That's improper.
Right, argue is different. I mean, if you want to ask him his opinion,
You can't say.
I cannot say.
And we wouldn't be able to say unless we had the actual physical phone that was taken from Mr. Tellis, correct?
Even having the actual physical phone might not lead to that information.
Okay.
Sit
But then
down.
to assume that if we have it
Oh.
on an Apple Watch and not have it on this extraction, we can't say that it was deleted, correct? Because this is just the extraction.
This is just an extraction of this specific device.
Thank you. No further questions.
okay, anything else for this witness? Okay, it looks like we have a question.
Jury question. You guys know how I feel. My thought is, when they do this shit, it should be, if it's the prosecution first, it should be prosecution, defense, prosecution. If it's the defense first, it goes defense, prosecution, defense, and that's it. I hate these fucking judges that let them go back and forth like it's a fucking tennis match. You get 2 times if you're the first one. It's ridiculous. I hate when they let them just go on forever. It's so dumb. You had your chance. Should have asked it. The jury question is, can you please ask Robert Tellis how tall he is again?
We have a question from a juror has been marked as Courts Exhibit 22. If someone airdrops pictures, would you know if the pictures are on the phone due to an airdrop? And if so, can you tell who did the drop of the pictures?
I don't have a lot of personal experience investigating that specific question, but in this instance, you wouldn't. Just taking this phone as a Google phone wouldn't be AirDrop compatible. That's an Apple function.
Thank you. Any follow-up from the state?
No.
From the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much for your testimony here today. You may step down. And you are now excused from your subpoena. Thank you very much for coming back today. Does the state have any further witnesses that they intend to call in rebuttal?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Draskovich?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. All right. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard all of the evidence that will be introduced in this trial. We are going to conclude for the day. When you come back on Monday morning, You will be instructed on the law, and then both sides will be permitted to speak to you in their closing argument, and then you'll be excused to deliberate upon your verdict. I just want to make sure, is 9:30 okay with the parties Monday? All right, so we are going to start Monday morning at 9:30. During this recess, you're admonished not to discuss or communicate with anyone, including your fellow jurors, in any way regarding the case or its merits, either by voice, phone, email, text, internet, or the means of communication or social media. Read, watch, or listen to any news or media accounts or commentary about the case. Do research, consult dictionaries, internet, or reference materials. Do any investigation, test a theory, recreate any aspect of the case, or in any other way investigate or learn about the case on your own, or form or express any opinion regarding the case until it's finally submitted to you. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday morning.
Thank you. All right. Jury.
Don't use a dictionary on this weekend, jury. Jury, if you fucking even look at a dictionary, I will arrest your bitch asses. All right. Guys, Publicly Buzzed tonight, Feral Friday, 9 p.m. But also, if you guys would subscribe to my wonderful and beautiful wife, Babe Shannon, she has a channel. It's called Mindful Crime Couture, and she is working on uploading her most recent review of Wendy Adelson's book. She's already finished editing. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know if she's going to drop it today before Feral Friday or another day, but it's coming soon. So if you haven't subscribed to Mindful Crime Couture, give her a sub. She's wonderful and deserves all the subscribers. I'm going to portal you guys over to Publicly Buzzed. Make sure you're subscribed to them, Feral Friday. Thank you all for watching with me. Bob will be back on Monday, I assume, unless he's still on a slammer, JK. So Bob should be back for closings of this jabroni. Thank you all so much for your support. And I think I'll be releasing a new interview from the Adelson case, Markel case, which is like a dead end, but it's still kind of cool to see the police interview. So hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you all so much for your support this week, particularly during the Adelson rewatch streams. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you, mods. Appreciate you guys all so much. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you for joining us, J-Bo Nation. Please give all of yourselves an ovation. No, it won't be real long until next time. Oh, J-Bo Nation, there's no place we'd rather be. J-Bo Nation is the place to 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 be.